In this modern age,
Perfect.
too many people have lost sight of the true meaning of Christmas.
Mom!
Hush! Shut up, Ralphie!
So now, in the spirit of the original,
Me to you. Stop!
traditional, American Christmas,
Thanks a lot.
Well, I certainly hope so. Hey everyone, Brandon here, and well, this is it. This is my last review for Christmas 2009. It's Christmas Eve, and I'm gonna end this right, with a film that we've all seen. This is my review on A Christmas Story. Now, A Christmas Story was made in 1983 and based off a series of short stories written by Gene Shepard, who happens to have a part in this movie as the narrator. So the story follows Ralph, a normal average boy, and his life throughout the holidays and until Christmas Day, where in hopes of getting, well, he can speak for himself.
I want an official Red Ryder Carbon Action 200 range-ball air rifle.
So will he get his alleged BB gun, or will this Christmas Day just be one big disappointment? I can't really explain why this movie is such a success. I mean, it's just great. Everyone is on their best performance first off. I mean, Peter Billingsley as Ralph, he's the little kid that we can all relate to when we were younger, just wanting that one special gift for Christmas. And every other actor does great too. I mean, Melinda Dillon as their mom, Randy Parker, who is actually Ralph's younger brother, he's hilarious in this movie. But I think one of the most memorable characters out of all of them is their dad, played by Darren McGavin. I mean, he's hilarious. He's just funny. I mean, what he does, what he says, where he's being overjoyed or being really sarcastic towards Ralph and his wife. I mean, he's just great. This is definitely one of the most memorable Christmas films. I mean, I can ask any one of my family members or my friends or any of my friends online, and they would mention A Christmas Story during this wonderful time of the year. I mean, there's no supernatural element in this movie at all. It's basically the simple story of a young boy and his life throughout the holidays. And it's very memorable, especially with so many memorable scenes. I mean, whether it be Flick getting his tongue stuck to a pole, or the famous leg lamp that the dad receives as an award, or even that one famous quote that's always mentioned when Ralph mentions his BB gun, "You'll shoot your eye out."
No. Shoot your eye out.
You'll shoot your eye out! You'll shoot your eye out!
You'll shoot your eye out, kid.
Another thing that makes it so memorable is how we can relate to this movie. I mean, we've all been in Ralphie's position once. We've all had the Christmas that he has. I mean, from buying the Christmas tree, to dealing with the bully, to having those little fantasies whenever Ralphie's upset or angry about something. We've all had that. And we still might have that same Christmas over and over again. Well, that's what makes it really so memorable, is how much we can relate to the main character in this movie. Now would be a good time to mention that this film was directed by the one and only Bob Clark. You know what else he directed? The original Black Christmas. Which is kind of ironic because he went from doing a horror movie based off Christmas to one of the most memorable films based off Christmas. In either case though, this is definitely one of Bob Clark's best films. And not to trash this man's reputation at all, but it seems that after this, everything went downhill for him. I mean, sure, he's directed some decent films, Baby Geniuses, which stars one of my favorite actors of all time, Dom DeLuise, but his final directing role was Super Babies, Baby Geniuses 2, and that is considered by many to be one of the worst movies of all time. I mean, and he would have no way to redeem himself after that. Bob Clark and his 22-year-old son were killed in a car accident on August 9, 2007, and it's upsetting. It's upsetting to see a director who's made such great films end on a note on a movie that many consider to be utter crap and have absolutely no way to redeem himself because of it. Even so, if we want to remember Bob Clark, we should remember him for the great films that he has done. And one of those films is definitely A Christmas Story. It's a film that many people can relate to, and it's really said to be the greatest Christmas movie ever. I mean, Mr. Black has the #1 on his Christmas list, the Nostalgia Critic has the #1 on his Christmas list, and as for me, I would definitely have to put it on my #2 spot. And the only reason why I put it on #2 is because I have a certain movie above it that's very personal to me, and people who know me well might already know what it is. I reviewed it like 2 years ago, but even so, A Christmas Story is definitely one of my favorites, and one of my favorite films of all time. It's a great blend of comedy, drama, and that warm, special feeling we get during the holidays. In the end, if you haven't watched A Christmas Story, you should. It's a great movie. And if you check it out, maybe you can relate to it, maybe you don't. But it doesn't hurt to find out if you do. So with that, I'd like to thank you all for watching this review. I'd like to thank my good friend Anna, or BloodfangWolf23 for the request. I'd like to thank everyone out there who has made their requests for Christmas films this year. And with that, I would just like to say a Merry Christmas to everyone, a Happy Hanukkah and Kwanzaa. And please remember that this is a time about giving and a time to spend with your family and friends, because that is the true meaning of the holidays. And so with that, I'm off to go and enjoy my Christmas, and I'll see you all next year.